Amazing. Welcome. Today's short flow for self-care. Let's start off in a comfortable seated position. You may need 2 blocks, a blanket, and a bolster or a couch cushion. Blocks could be substituted for blocks or books rather, and for the blocks, and a coffee table or a chair. Today's flow is for self-care, so allow this to be a safe space to meet yourself where you are. So comfortable seated position, eyes closed, placing one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Eyes could be closed or soft gaze. And allow whatever is arriving to be held by your breath. Make adjustments here. Allow this to be a safe space to explore any visitors, any feelings, any sensations to be held by your breath. That could be your intention for practice today. And breathing fully into your hands, not forcefully, fully into your hands in self-acknowledgement that you have the capacity and the ability for self-care to take care of yourself, recognizing you have the strength and enthusiasm to show up for yourself today. And if your eyes were closed, you can slowly open them. We'll change the position of our hands, taking your right hand onto your left shoulder. So let it be heavy there. And your left hand just underneath your armpit, like the back towards your shoulder blades. Let the shoulders be heavy. This is a gesture of self-care. Now turn your head to the right and drop your chin towards your right armpit. Let the right hand remind the left shoulder to be heavy, and some gentle nodding here. Right, your chin towards your right armpit, gentle little nodding. It's a gesture of not only self-care, but to unload anything you're carrying that is not yours to carry for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing and switching the hands, left hand on right shoulder, right hand towards the shoulder blade, lifting your chin to center, turning your chin to the left, and then dropping your chin towards your left armpit. And little nods here. Little teeny tiny nods. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chin to center, chin lifts, and release your arms. Open your eyes if they were closed, hands and knees. Mindfully making your way onto all fours. So hands below your shoulders, knees below your hips, and feel free to move in any variation of cat-cow you like. And so allow this to be a safe space to tap into your intuition, to move in a way that feels more like you. Allow this practice to be an exploration of moving from your truth of where you are right now. Allow each breath to tap in to your sense of honesty of where you are, not where you think you should be. We'll bring it to center. Always feel free to pat up your knees if you need underneath the blanket, with the blanket. Curl your toes under. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Now you can stay onto your fingertips or walk the hands back. Toe breaker pose, but allow it to be a compassionate toe torturing here. Always meet yourself where you are. Stay here or light fist and begin to circle your wrists. Let's show some love to all our joints. Circle the wrists 3 times this direction. And then 5 times the other direction. And slowly release fingertips, hands to the ground. I'm going to lift your knees up and make your way into a standing forward fold, having the knees really bent, belly to thighs. This is a gesture, a shape of letting go. You can keep your hands on the ground or opposite hand to opposite elbow. Exploring anywhere in your life, in your body that you can let go. Anything that may have served you positively at one point, but now no longer does. Even shake the head out, yes and no. And slowly bring it to center. Hands on the ground. Walk your hands forward until you are downward dogging. Pedal it out. Move it any way that feels good. You can even spin the heels side to side. Even turn your head and look underneath your armpit. And let's bring it to center. Press hands down and feet down. Lengthen the spine. Lift your right leg up. Keep your hips square. And as you exhale, bend the right knee. Bring it in towards your chest. You can always lower the left knee down and then bring the right foot forward. You may want fingertips on the ground or on blocks, your choice. Inhale, keep the front knee bent and reach the heart forward. On your exhale, begin to lengthen the front leg and fold inward. And a moment of looking in, self-honesty. Bend the front knee again, reach the heart forward. On your exhale, lengthening through the front leg and folding inward. Do that one more time. Bending through the front knee, inhale and exhale. Lengthen through the front leg, couple full but not forceful cycles, breath here. Breathing into the front, back, and sides of your body as much as you can in a nourishing way. Bending through the front knee, lower the back knee down. You could double up the mat or place your knee on a pillow or blanket and sweep the arms up, coming up into kind of like a low lunge, but reaching up for 3, 2, and 1. Circle the arms down, fingertips down. Lift the back knee. And you can bring your hands to your hips or reaching your arms up to the sky. You can take a couple steps in between, as many as you need. And then bring your hands to your heart. You're going to take a big step or as many steps as you need to step on the right foot, left knee forward. Bring the upper body 45-degree angle, left knee into the chest, as many steps, toe touches as you need. Tree pose, with or without using your hand. I'm going to try without my hands, left knee to the left, wherever the foot lands. Hug the standing leg and foot in towards each other. Stay here or reach the arms up. Any kind of tree you want to be. Firming those outer hips in, downward grounding energy to rise up. And we'll meet in chair pose. Either feet hip width distance apart or together, sinking the hips back. Nice. You can have the fingertips forward or where the ceiling and wall meet. For 3, 2, and 1, folding forward, hands through the heart, fingertips to the ground or blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose, hands on the ground, step back into plank, and you could do this with your knees down as well. Spin the heels to one direction, so you're spinning towards the outer edges of your feet, and then the other. If you're on your knees, you're going to lower your hips to one side, pass through plank, and then the other. So we're reminding ourselves of our sense of adaptability here. We want to rid ourselves of rigidity and explore stability and adaptability. And let's meet center, with or without knees lower all the way way down, forehead to the ground. Sweep your arms back and lengthen away from the mat. Lengthen and hover. Rather than saying how high you can lift, how much can you lengthen and hover? For 3, 2, 1, hands on the ground, and make your way into downward facing dog. Taking child's pose whenever you need. Other side, left leg reaches up, keeping the hips square. Bend the left knee. As the shoulders come forward, bring the left knee forward or drop down to the right knee, stepping your left foot forward. Fingertips on the ground or blocks. Reach the chest forward, and as you exhale, lengthen through the front leg and fold inward. Bend through the front knee again. Reach the chest forward. As you exhale, looking inward in self-acknowledgement. One more time. Bend through the front knee. Lengthen. And exhale. Couple cycles of breath. A moment or two of breathing into honesty, your inner truth. Right? We need to check in often so we can meet ourselves where we are. Take right action for us. Bend through the front knee. Lower the back knee down. Hug front foot to back knee. And sweep the arms on up. Lifting the frontal hip points. Lift your ribcage to your fingertips. On your next exhale, fingertips down to the ground. Back knee lifts. Hands to hips or sweep your arms up into crescent. One more inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We'll make our way into the tiny steps forward or one big step forward, 45-degree angle. Press to the left heel, right knee in towards your chest. As many steps as you need, tree pose. Right knee wide, right foot to the inside of the left leg. Hug the two together, firm the outer hips and stay here, or reach the arms up. Any kind of tree you want to be. It's all good to sway. It's all good to dance. Chair pose. Right foot down, either feet together or hip width, whatever is best for you. And fingertips could reach forward or to where the ceiling and wall meet. Weight back into the heels for this variation for 3, 2, and 1. Folding forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, hands on the ground, and step back into plank pose, with or without the knees. Sway side to side, with the knees lifted or not, 2 to 3 times each direction, 2 to 3 times. Plank pose we meet, lowering down. Reach the arms back, shoulders from the ears, lengthen away from the ground, lengthen and hover. For 3, keep the chin slightly tucked, 2, and 1, hands down, downward facing dog. So we'll go through that. One more time through each side, peeling away the layers, finding the beauty in the repetition. Right leg lifts up, bend the right knee, step the right foot forward. Inhale, front knee bends, heart reaches forward. On your exhale, lengthen through the front leg towards. 2 more times. Inhale, bend, exhale, looking inward. 1 more time. Bend, looking inward for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the front knee, lower the back knee down. Sweep the arms on up and lower the hands down. Back knee lifts, hands to hips or sweep the arms up. Inhale and exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Upper body 45-degree angle, 1 big step or a bunch of little steps. Left knee into the chest, tree pose. Stay here with the hands in front of the heart or reach the arms up. From the outer hips in, breathing full of your breath, full of that life force. Chair pose, bending both knees. Sink back into your hips for 3, 2, and 1. Folding forward, hands to the heart. Halfway lift. Step back into plank pose. High push-up position. 2 to 3 times, hips side to side. With the knees on the ground or knees lifted. So keeping a sense of adaptability and strength. Yay. And then we'll lower down to the ground. Coming into locust pose. Lengthen. Rather than think of lifting as high as you can, lengthening away from the ground for another 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the ground. Downward facing dog. Other side, left leg lifts up. Bend the left knee, left foot stepping forward. Fingertips or blocks, heart forward. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen through the front leg and fold. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Breathe for another 3, 2, and 1. Bend through the front knee, back knee down. Hug the legs together. Sweeping the arms up. On your next exhale, fingertips to the ground. Back knee lifts. Hands to your hips or sweep the arms on up. Hands to your heart. Upper body 45-degree angle. Lots of little steps or 1 big step. Right knee into the chest. Open the right knee wide. Tree pose. Any kind of tree. Grounding action through that standing foot. Hug into midline and lift the sides of your waist. Maintain that length. Releasing the right foot down into your tree pose, or chair pose. Feet together or hip width apart. And on your next exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift. Step it back into plank. 2 to 3 times, side to side. Spin your heels. 2 to 3 times. Make sure your head's not dipping below the shoulders. With or without. Knees lower down. Locust lengthen. Lengthening locust for 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. We will meet. Knees could be wide or knees together, whatever child's pose you like. Allow this to be a shape of surrendering, self-achieved, I like to call it self-achieved submission for whatever's going on, whatever process you're going through. Remembering that this is a safe space to feel all the feels. Hands and knees. You can bring your knees together, curl the toes under again, and walk your hands back. You can always stand on your knees if this is too intense, or come onto the tops of the feet. Just roll the shoulders back about 3 times. Again, you can stay here or stand on your knees. Open the arms wide and right elbow over the left. If this is too intense, you can bring the elbows together and palms together, or opposite hand, opposite shoulder, cross at the wrist, widen through the collarbones, lift the elbows about shoulder height, and turn to the right a little bit. Turn to the right a little bit here. Breathing fully, or rather the left. So right over left, turning to the left for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it to center, open it up. Now left elbow on top and turn to the right a little. Breathing here fully. And you can always stand on your knees if you need a break. For another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Reach the arms up. Lower the hands down in front. Separate your knees and your feet about hip width. And then popping your knees up. Make your way into that standing forward fold. Letting go. Let the head go. Unload your spine. Unloading anything you're carrying that is not yours to carry. Release the hands to the ground. Walking your hands forward, downward, facing dog. Then inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, bottom of your exhale, step, hop, walk, float. Top of the mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Root down, rise up, extended mountain. And exhale, arms to your sides, hands to your heart. Moment to pause and notice the effects of your effort. Checking in with yourself. Okay, either hands stay at your heart or hands to your hips. Shift the weight into your right leg. Bend the knees slightly as you reach your left leg back into a warrior 3 variation. So you can bring your hands to your heart or keep your hands to your hips. Keep a slight bend in your right knee, top of the right thigh bone back. Allow your breath to support you from the inside. Bending the right knee, bringing the left knee forward and cross the left knee over the right knee. Now you can rest your left toes on the ground on a block, or you could wrap if that feels good for you. Arms out wide, stay here, or left arm underneath, left elbow underneath. Sinking back into that right heel, broaden the collarbones, pull the elbows apart. Having more of a wide gaze here, a wide gaze. And slowly releasing, reach the arms up, step the left foot wide and the right foot wide, and make your way into a squat. So you might be higher up, you might be lower down with the knees to the outside, the elbows, elbows to the inside of the knees. Breathing here, a couple cycles of breath. Keep the back of the skull long, lower back long for 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips to the ground, toes forward, heels back, into wide-legged forward fold. Side to side sway like seaweed at the bottom of the sea. Bend the knees and roll it on up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring the feet together. This time we'll stand on the left leg. Hands to hips or hands to the heart. Reach the right leg back. You can have hands on blocks on a couch or a coffee table. Keep a slight bend in the left knee. Best you can, keeping the hips square and taking the top of the left thigh bone back. Allow yourself to be supported. Are you breathing? Are you accepting the internal support of your breath? Pressing the right heel back as you reach the chest forward for 3, 2, and 1. Bend through the left knee. Right knee comes forward, cross right knee over left, arms out wide. Stay here or right elbow underneath into eagle arms. Energetically pull the elbows apart and broaden your vision. For 3, 2, and 1. Reach the arms up, step your right foot wide, left foot wide, hands to the heart and lower down into a squat. Couple cycles of breath, soften your face. And then take your hands back behind you and as mindful as you can, make your way onto your bottom. Yay. 1 quick boat pose here. So feet hip width, hands can first come to the shins, pull in and lift the lower spine in and up. You can stay here or Release the arms. Lean back until you're balancing on your sitting bone, lifting your sitting bones. Lift up your right leg and your left leg. You can hug your legs in towards each other. Breathing here, stay here, or straighten your legs. Pulling the belly in and up for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, soles of the feet on the ground. Grab onto the shins and lift and lengthen the spine. Seated twist. Cross your left leg underneath your right. So you'll take your left foot towards your right outer hip and crossing your right foot to the outside of your left leg. Right hand right at your lower back like a kickstand. Left arm up. Whatever variation, you could hug your right knee in with your left elbow crease, long spine, and twist to the right. If this is not so accessible to you, you could straighten out the front leg or the bottom leg, your left leg. Breathing, keeping the sitting bones heavy. One more full cycle of breath. And slowly releasing. Switching sides. Left leg on top. Left hand towards your lower back like a kickstand, right arm up. And exhale. Twisting to the left. Long spine, broad into the collarbones. Again, receiving the abundance of your breath, even in the twisting, binding situations and shapes. And slowly releasing. Make your way to center, grabbing onto your bolster or your couch cushion. Place it at your lower back, right up to your lower back. It could be nice to have a pillow or a blanket to bring your head higher if you need. And also, if you have 2 blocks, those could be handy as well. This is the posture we'll end in today. So a couple ways to set up. Bolster or couch cushion right up to your lower back, to your pelvis. You can have the feet as wide as the mat, knees resting in towards each other, or soles of the feet together, knees out wide. The blocks or the books can be handy to place underneath your knees. And the arms can be relaxing at the sides, palms facing up. Or placing one hand to your heart, one to your belly, allowing your breath to settle. About a minute here to receive the abundance of your breath, your internal support system, and the support of the couch cushion, of the bolster, of the blocks, of the ground. Checking in. I like to call it sometimes radical honesty. Then you know which kind of radical self-care you may need in this moment. And that may mean accepting support, different support, extra support in which your body can rest, in which your mind can rest. All aspects of yourself are supported, allowing this to be a safe space to soften your face, right? A safe space to drop the brave face or the need to always be positive. Embracing all feelings, sensations, visitors. And stay here as long as you are able to, as long as you would like. If not, we'll end here together, placing both hands on your heart, or one on your heart, one on your belly. And think of one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. We'll end together with one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill up. And exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste. Thank you for practicing breathing and yogaing together.